All right. Thank you for tuning in for another Advent devotional. I'm glad you could tune in today. Jet and Magnolia wanted to be a part. So we're going to jump right in. As I was listening to the words of the hymn, Hark, a Thrilling Voice is Sounding, I was really focusing in on that second verse. I'm looking at my notes. The words of that second verse say, "Wakened by the solemn warning, let the earthbound soul arise. Christ her Son, all sloth dispelling, shines upon the morning skies." Skies, that's right. And as I was listening to these words and reading the word, I was led specifically to Ephesians chapter 5. And I'm going to read a pretty big chunk here, Ephesians 5 verses 8 through 16. "For at one time you were darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Walk as children of light. For the fruit of light is found in all that is good and right and true. And try to discern what is pleasing to the Lord. Take no part in the unfruitful works of darkness, but instead expose them. For it is shameful even to speak of the things that they do in secret. But when anything is exposed by the light, it becomes visible. For anything that becomes visible is light. Therefore it says, 'Awake, O sleeper, and arise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you. Look carefully then how you walk, not as unwise but as wise, making the best use of the time, because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be foolish, but understand what the will of the Lord is.'" As I was reading this passage, you might notice that there's a lot of overlap again with some of what we read yesterday in Romans 13 and 1 Thessalonians 5. And we talked yesterday about how our identity as believers is children of the light, children of the day, just as Ephesians 5 says. But the important thing to recognize is answering the question, why are we children of the light? Let me go back to Ephesians 5 1 second. I shouldn't have closed my Bible. Ephesians 5 says, at one time you were darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. So we are to walk as children of the light. So why aren't we darkness anymore? And Ephesians 5 continues in verse 14 and says, "Awake, O sleeper, arise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you." That's why we're children of the light. Not because of anything that we do, but because Christ has shined on us. And that's the hope that we're focusing on this Advent Christmas season, that because Jesus came, he has shined his light on us. And because of that, we are called to walk as children of the light. We're called to remember our identity, who we are as believers, and to walk in the light. So let me encourage you today, as you are meditating on this passage of Scripture, as you're meditating on the words of the hymn, just to think about how you can walk as children of the light, and how you can recognize that does not come from anything that you have done or stirred up in yourself, but because of what Christ has done for you, because he has come to be a light in the darkness. Have a great day, guys, and thanks again for tuning in.